You're listening to the Warlord Radio Podcast.
All right, well, welcome back. This is Warlord Radio, episode 37. And we got special guests here today. Guys, please go around the horn and introduce yourself.
I'm Kevin.
My name's John.
I'm Sam.
Sam. And tell us about the project that you guys are a part of.
Well, we been playing music together for, I want to say like 7 years or so, up until a few years back. And me personally have been out of the loop when it comes to music, had a lot of family issues and issues with myself. We're just going to get right into it. I spent, more than 100 days in jail last year.
Okay.
Got quite a substantial drug problem I've had since I was a little kid. So I've been in the process of rehabilitating.
Right on. Good for you, man.
And haven't been able to play music because of that. You're too worried about running around and causing trouble and feeling the need.
Yeah.
It's you don't got time for any of that stuff. So upon release this year, I was itching to play music again, and I got an income tax check and bought my first guitar in forever. And of course, this is my brother, so he lives 4 feet away, and of course he's got to be in the band. And then the only singer I know that's more dedicated, and there's nobody more dedicated than this guy. So he's. And then that's it.
It's true. It's true.
I mean, he drives 2 hours just to come lay down vocals. It takes an hour and a half, and then he's out of there. So it's like
we would never have met each other if it wasn't for him. It wouldn't be a thing. Just because I was just laying back in the last band, Sins, because we used to play with you guys. We met, and I was just playing around on the drums at Guitar Center, and then he just comes running along. He's like, "You want to be in a band?"
Yeah.
So you want to audition? I was like, "All right."
75 and playing.
And then he took me to that audition.
We did freaking Metallica, actually.
Yeah, we were playing it. I was like, "We'll play Creeping Death or something." I was like, "All right."
Seek and Destroy was it? Yeah.
No, it was Destroy.
We did that one, like part of it, and
Laid to Rest or something.
Laid to Rest and Creeping Death. We played all the way. I remember we played in front of Iron's family that time. They were freaking out. They were like, "Yes!"
What was the band you were auditioning for?
Service and Sanctuary 6.
Oh, okay, 6. Okay.
Yeah.
Right on.
Service in the Sanctuary is all it began.
Yep.
It's all history from there.
Yep.
And then we got him back on our last year or two around. We finally got him to play guitar for us as well, and that was good. And then we just split up.
Yeah.
And
Things
then
fell apart. I think it's we were all had different interests at the time, and that sort of thing happened.
Petty things.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Just normal band.
Plus,
shit,
we were young. That was another thing. It's been like a decade or so since then, and
Well, it's been like
I don't even know. So it was 2009, right?
6 years since
When
we
it started.
I was it wasn't 2009 that I got. I mean,
It was like 2011.
I got out of prison in 2012, and it was like 2013 that I joined the band, and then we disbanded just a few years after that.
Okay.
So, but it was fun. I do remember taking you there. I got hammered.
Yeah.
I got hammered with her parents. You were like
that Michelob,
17 or 16 or something.
That's right. Yeah.
15 or 16.
I was on a Michelob trip.
Yeah.
A Michelob kick, should I say?
Yeah.
And I partied with their
That's
parents.
because Julio, Julio freaking the guitarist
part of
part.
it. I was auditioning. It's fun.
Nice.
It's good stuff.
Well, Sam I've known like a decade.
Yeah, definitely. I thought,
And, I mean, he was showing me like pictures from Reno's like 2009 or 2008 or something like that from my band Silver Tongue Devil that he's known, and we've crossed paths like many times. He's come to a bunch of shows and we've played with his bands and all that kind of stuff. We shot a music video at his place last year. You're actually in our album Thanks, by the way.
Awesome.
Thanks, man.
Because we just put an album out. And so we've known you. So when you told me that you got a new project together, I was like, yeah, absolutely, come out.
Yeah.
Now it's called, is it I Destroyer?
Yeah,
I Destroyer the Redeemer.
I Destroyer the Redeemer. Okay.
John came up with it. John is a very I really liked it. Is because everything happens for a reason, And when we all when me and John and Kevin all started working again together, it was like we were still at the Crumb House, and there was like turbulent times and stuff, and it's like kind of like that feeling for me of like something to like, I don't want to say redeem or like prove, I guess something kind of like to prove, but it was more of like just like answering a call, you know, kind of thing. And when he said I destroy the Redeemer, it was kind of like that, like it like kind of clicked, and I was hooked, is what I'm trying to say. Like I really like that name.
Yeah.
But how'd you came up with it?
Yeah, what's the background on the title? Did it just come to you, or is there like a story to it, or?
Yeah, there's a story for sure. So I was arrested a couple times last year at the end of the year, and going through, I mean, like the worst bout of my addiction. You know, I don't know how much you know about that, but anytime you go back out there and you sober up, you get some clean time. When you start using or drinking again, you start right where you left off, and you are 10 times beyond that.
Worse. Yeah.
Relapse.
Maybe just a week later. So I had some things happen at the house with, I'm not going to mention the name, but with someone real close to me, and she did me wrong. And I was just like, I'm done, you know, I'm gonna do whatever I can, put as much stuff in my body as I can, and completely retire from this plane of existence, basically. And so I got arrested, and then in September 1st last year, and then not even 3 weeks later got arrested again. And while I was in jail, I had a revelation. You know, I didn't want to live this life anymore. I pretty much have had the same mindset since I was younger when it came to using drugs and not wanting to feel and hide pain, you know, do everything that I can to avoid it, you know, regardless the consequences. And while I was in there, I found just a little bit of hope and a reason for me to live. I wanted to play music again, and so because nobody was bailing me out, because they just bailed me out 3 weeks beforehand, nobody wanted to get me out of jail, and it was the best thing that ever happened to me, was leaving me there. I started thinking of band names and thinking about music again for the first time in ages, and I've been having a problem with my belief system when it comes to the realm of spirituality, and I wanted to get back to that, and I wanted it, the truth be told, the name is based off of God, being the destroyer and the redeemer. Like he doesn't cause, but he is, over time, has proven himself to be the person, like, I guess, so to say, my example would be the flood. You know, shit is getting bad, and we're not living right, we're not doing as God intended to, living in that image. So what does he do? He floods everything, he destroys everything, but yet he is also the redeemer. So I felt like my life has been encompassed, that, I mean, just with that phrase, you know, I've done everything to destroy myself, and with the intention of being a good person. And so came up with a couple band names, but that one has been my favorite. I was going to make that a band, even a side project, if nobody wanted to do it with me, regardless. So I came up with that in jail, and I held on to it. It wasn't the first one I brought to the table when we got out here, because it was real special to me. And Sid, I knew his lyrical content and his style, which I love. And you know, we all don't believe in the same thing. I'm probably the only one that believes in a certain sense like this, but I thought it would be a great idea, because I was like, I don't know if I'm going to say it. I don't know if I'm going to tell him this one, because I don't want people to get the wrong idea. But the way he writes lyrics and what he has a passion of singing about, it's not so much from a view of anti-God, but as from a view of like getting people to think about it, you know, not going one way or the other. And so I thought it fit really good, and so I was like, you know what, here's another one. So I put it out there, and it came back as the winner. So
I mean, I wouldn't go so far as to say that Sam is spiritual, maybe, but my impression is just more open-minded.
Oh yeah,
right.
I try to be spiritual and skeptical at the same time. I think the whole thing about life is that you should always be learning. You know, I think all of us should be a student, you know, in some way and form. We should be like, oh yeah, we're good at stuff, but we haven't mastered it. And you know who told me that, who kind of gave me this philosophy, was Iron, actually, our old guitarist. He told me that he didn't want to be like perfect at one thing. He said he wanted to be good at a lot of things.
Right.
Jack of all trades.
Yeah, like a jack of all trades, and that way you're always like learning something new. And I think that's kind of like what I liked about the title is that it was like one of those things where it's like these kind of polar opposite things, and I think everyone is right there in the middle of that. You know, like we have to be either freaking like redeeming ourselves or like destroying ourselves. It's just seemingly how like life always works out. It's like either you're this way or that, and I think the like name itself for me was like a gray section, and that's what made me like really like be like, okay, yeah, because for me I'm like the exact opposite. Like I don't believe in a Christ God and like that sort of thing, but the principles are the same, and that's what draws me to freaking his style and his philosophy, how he is. And plus we've known each other for a very long time, so
Right, yeah.
And at the time too, what was going on with Iron, like, man, I just couldn't believe like Iron like came and like was like just like dicking me around. Really, was all what it was. It was just like, man, you either want to do this or you don't want to do this. You do, and like back and forth. Oh man, I got a burp.
Go for it.
Mineral
We've
water.
had worse on the show, so it's all good.
You better slow down on that mineral water.
I got
I know, right?
I got a problem with this mineral water.
Yeah, we're chugging Topo Chicos here, so it's getting wild.
Girl, it's because I got some belt on and suspended. I'm fat as hell, so I'm getting all bloated over here. Yeah, you know, because the people who only get audio of this you're old.
That'd be everybody. Yeah.
Yeah. I live out in the woods right now. We bought some land, and I have to wear like suspenders and a flannel and jeans.
You gotta look the part.
But wait, with rain boots and I got a heavy jacket on.
Yeah, you're a legit country boy.
Yeah, man, it's I'm trying to make it that way too, because I think like.
Well, I know you'd said before that that's what you wanted.
Oh yeah.
You know, so
Like-
have some land and goats and animals and all that kind of stuff.
Man, I'll tell you, it's like
It'll be a good venue spot too whenever you get settled in.
that's
Just like
the
big
grand scheme. Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, you said it, Kevin. Freaking. 'Cause
Well,
that's-
we had a blast like when we shot our music video on your land. It was like last December, or no, it was earlier this year in like February, I
I
think.
think so, yeah.
Oh, you guys filmed out in Cromwell Race?
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
It's badass, dude.
so
Love that
he,
lighting.
you know, he had a house with neighbors, but then the whole back area was open field, and he had built this big wood pile with a bunch of discarded wood, and we set just this fucking enormous bonfire, and we brought a bunch of friends out there and basically just had a party around the bonfire and shot a music video around it, and it ended up looking amazing.
Yeah,
especially considering Quartz Griner was the photographer, so shout out to Quartz.
Yeah, Quartz
but
Griner.
we just had an awesome time, and we're totally blown away that you had gone to the trouble to help us like set up the bonfire and stuff like that. So
Yeah, man. I'm glad that you guys had a good time, dude. I was kind of worried, like maybe I should make it bigger. I thought. Maybe
no, I mean it ended up being enormous.
Okay.
I mean like it was taller. It was taller than a person. It ended up being like 6-8 feet tall. So and then once you set it on fire and the flames are going and stuff like
And
that.
it was pretty black out there.
Yeah,
too. It was
it-
pretty pitch black.
It was impressive. But yeah, we had a blast.
I love that you had the sword used. You had the trident. Now you have a sword too. And I told you gotta put it straight up in the air, like some Def
Like
Leppard
He-Man
shit or something. like that.
Yeah. Well, you know, we've got the two projects. So we shot the music
Acoustic
video
Devil,
for
that's it.
Acoustic Devil out
Yeah.
there. And with Acoustic Devil, I have a broadsword that I bring out. And with Silver Tongue Devil,
okay. You
I have a trident.
It's a trident. That's
Yeah.
it.
So I have different weapons that I bring
Dude, yeah.
to shows.
You have to have a full suit of armor.
Never seen the
like,
trident.
yeah, dude. You gotta have a suit like Norse armor or something. You ever had
Dude, I think I died under stage lights because it's always hot as balls anyway.
Oh yeah, that's true. You shouldn't move it around like at all. Just
I know, I don't think I could.
put your hands up every once in a while.
But so the title that you came up with for the band is interesting because I think that you can take it a couple of different ways. Because I, the Destroyer, the Redeemer, is that right?
Yeah,
Or
I
I, Destroyer, the Redeemer.
I Destroyer and the Redeemer.
And the Redeemer, yeah. So you can take that as you are God, the Destroyer and the Redeemer, or that each man is his own God.
Exactly. Yeah.
So do you have a particular way that you look at it?
The first one. That
The
you
first
said.
one? Yeah, so it's kind of like God's eye view.
Right.
Yeah. But it's interesting because like it leaves it open for interpretation because you could take it either way.
Yeah.
Like
yeah,
if you're inclined to
that's what
have a more
especially,
Christian point of view, you could be like, oh, this is from the point of view of God. But if you don't, then you could just be like, well, each man is his own God.
Right.
And either way, it still plays the sin.
In the lyrics,
in
too.
the end, if you don't believe in that or not, you just answer to yourself.
Exactly.
Sure.
Which is the way I've lived my entire life, anyways.
Yeah.
Regardless of what people thought, felt.
Well, I mean, look, this, like, I think that lots of people have different beliefs, and if you can't get along with people that have different beliefs, then you're doing something wrong.
Is this Deliverance that we're watching?
No, this is Tourist Trap.
Tourist Trap.
Yeah.
We're watching Barton Fink right now. Have you seen that movie?
Oh yeah, Coen Brothers,
That's
man.
right, you've seen that movie. God damn, that movie's good. It's like, that's the shit right there. I'm Barton, dude.
Yeah, there you
In
go.
a nutshell, that's my deal. Dude.
I love that. Yeah.
Gotta get you to these. I gotta get you into that movie, dude.
What
Yeah.
movie?
Barton Fink, man. It's crazy as hell.
What is it?
It's a Coen Brothers movie that's got fuck.
John Goodman.
Is it John Goodman and is it
What's that
man,
guy's
I forget
name?
it. I'm forgetting his name. It's the guy that played Jesus in Big
Yeah,
Lebowski.
that freaking guy. What is?
Oh yeah,
You
I
know
bet
what I'm
he's
talking
sneaky.
Yeah.
That guy from Mr. Deeds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's just a really
Please let me touch your
cool,
feet.
yeah, cool chippy movie. Yeah. Well, we kind of got in the weeds, like talking about lyrics and H.P. Lovecraft and stuff like that. But I want to ask you guys about the music. So I listened to like what you guys sent. There's one kind of like teaser track, and then there's one full track.
Yeah.
But tell me about like your influences, like the sound and stuff like that. Because I could hear like a clear like metalcore influence, but there's other stuff going on. Like tell me like what are you guys going after?
Man, that's a hard question because
That's always a hard question.
Originally,
It's
tempting to go
It's the hardest thing ever to like describe yourself or what you're doing.
Yeah, dude.
But I always like to hear like what people have to say to that because I know it's like fucking impossible to answer.
well, from the music standpoint, when it comes to writing the guitars and all the arranging and whatnot. So I'm 32, so I grew up in like the 2000 areas when I started listening to like the metal that came out around then, and so I was really like into hardcore music, and you don't really hear anything in there that attributes to that, but a band that is a huge influence would be Darkest Hour.
Okay.
Old Darkest Hour. I started listening to them from the very dawn of their beginning.
Yeah.
I can't. There's a little bit of Poison the Well chords in there. I mean, I'm a hardcore kid at heart. I can't even tell you any real metalcore bands that I listen to, but we started
A lot
wanting
of that influence is like the Human Abstract. If you ever heard of that.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I really wanted, and I know he'll would agree, is that we tried starting this as a technical death band.
Yeah.
Yeah. It started
Try.
It's
But it seems like I want non-stop melody all the time, so
Which is good.
Yeah.
Good problem to have.
I like hooks, but I just, from not playing guitar for a while, I'm still coming out with the same kind of stuff that I listened to back then. So hopefully it'll develop into something a little bit crazier and faster and heavier.
Yeah,
And we still want to really keep the melody because it's already so hard to get people to listen to this kind of music,
Right.
and let alone get them to stay. And
Yeah.
what separates, this even deathcore band or this tech death band or any whatever subgenre under the sun, is just still trying to resemble some kind of melody, and then just still be, put in the work of the technicality side. Very as complex as we can possibly make it, not just for the sake of being complex, but because it's what we enjoy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's what we listen to. I mean, it's non-stop craziness what we listen to.
Like Inferi,
Inferi,
Shadow Intent, Flub,
Kinds of
Infinite Annihilator.
Yeah.
They're fake band, but it's fun to
There's
listen
still
to.
music is freaking badass. You
Yeah.
can't really
Yeah.
say it's not.
I mean, they're great. Archspire, that's one of our favorites too. I mean, that's, I think, why, like, as far as, like, as the drums and stuff go, I let him have like the full reign of it. Like I said, he has a vision, and our chemistry is so good, and we're on like the same wavelength that he could write what I would, but probably even just as well, if not better. But there's a lot of times where I come in and be like, no, that's not good. You need to redo that, and let's try this instead.
Mm-hmm. That's why the first track.
And it's like, I don't want to. Yes, I am in this band, but I feel this is his, project. I want him to get everything that he wants, to say out on the table. Mm-hmm. And I'm just, in for the labor. And, but I do help him with the riffs and everything. But it's like I said, I want him, because keeping him busy, and just, that's when he's at his best, and when he has full control over everything. Mm-hmm. And I don't want to impede that at all, because I know what he's capable of. And when he does the best when, you put the saddle on and just let him go.
Right. So what kind of kit are you playing?
I play a Mapex Saturn series.
Okay.
It's like I can't even find
it's like 5-piece or?
Yeah, it's two rack, 1 floor.
Mm-hmm. How many cymbals?
The ones that aren't broken.
Broken count. They count. If they're there, they count.
You just got a 5-piece of the A custom Zildjians, and then a what kind of China is it? I was a Zildjian China too, but I'm looking to get. I'm still in the process. I'm on a play right now, trying to get some vinyls. I want to get their Byzance line, Byzance line. But at this point, I'm hitting anything that I can afford.
Sure. Yeah.
Because it's.
How about your pedals?
That's on the other spectrum. I got the Trick Pro 1V Bigfoot.
Nice.
So I got.
Like there was impressive kit work on there, so that's why I asked.
Yeah, it's they're the best money can buy, and there's just the amount of adjustments that you can make. And this, a lot of people don't like direct drive, but I love it compared to chain drive. Right. But they're super, super crisp.
So do you like it with a lot of play in there, or do you keep it real tight?
I like it tight, but it's on more on the middle side. Mm-hmm. Not too loose, not too tight, but tighter. You know what I mean? It's a nice sweet spot in the middle. But when trying to get some faster stuff, I'm gonna have to crank it way up.
They feel tight. I don't know what you're talking about.
They can be tighter.
I prefer chain driven. Yeah. The 9000 DW 9000 was my favorite pedal, and I just like the feel of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways.
Yeah.
Well, how about you, man? What's your rig?
Man, I'm all in the box right now. So bias effects. Really bias effects. I got a STL Sweet Howard Benson, but I got an Ibanez RG. Really, I'm real minimum. I'm always have over the top gear, and because I haven't. Yeah, this is the one time I don't have anything.
You got the katana.
I got a Boss Katana little combo amp, which is actually really amazing.
Yeah.
The best combo amp I've ever owned. But normally I'm rocking like full half stack, either Ingles or Mesas, Framus.
Doesn't he still have your half stacker thing?
I have a custom Cadillac Irons.
No,
I don't have a use for it at the moment.
It's a glorified countertop over at his house.
Oh yeah, we gotta get that.
Are you using any effects?
Other than just a delay on solos, a slight delay, which is and all my I always got a mid boost on my dirty channel. Well, I don't have a clean channel.
Yeah.
I do actually have in this new song that I'm working on right now. There's a clean break in it. So
nice.
But normally it's just a mid boosted. High gain sound on the solos will have just a little slight delay on it.
Yeah. That's good. I actually prefer, personally, stuff that's not over processed. Yeah. I like the tone an instrument produces. Yeah. And it's like distortion. Yeah, absolutely. And it's like you play around with your EQ and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
Yeah. But it's like I see some guys that have these enormous pedal boards, and some of them are great bands, and I'm friends with some of those guys. Yeah. But I just like the sound of a good amp, being played the same way. I like the sound of drums, without it being overly triggered and stuff. And then again, it's like I know bands that I love that are triggered all to hell. It's like, but I personally dig on it when I can hear the instrument itself.
Right.
So,
That's when I try to say that too. I'm like, less is more, less is more.
I do less is more. I mean, there's hardly any gain. It sounds like a lot of gain on those songs. But we're talking about a 4 o'clock gain setting on my whatever I got going on right now. And right now, I might even run Bias live if I love Bias effects. It's great. There's a couple other ones out there, especially the new Neuro DSP Nolly amp sim that's really good. But they're just so close to being sounding real. Like you really can't even tell from a record standpoint for sure. But yeah, no, I'm looking to get a fractal. Mm-hmm. I want to automate live. So
okay.
But yeah, that's pretty much it.
So you guys are a 3-piece. Like, who handles the bass duties? Is that you on the recording?
We don't.
I've always been a 3-piece.
This band, even
like me, Sid, and Iron, like we started as a 3-piece, and that's when we worked best.
Guitars.
Yeah.
Our first shows, we've played 15, 20 shows as a 3-piece, like all the shows at Reno's and O'Reilly's.
I just need to learn bass already and get.
But it is so much. It's so much better having the extra instruments. But we are looking to find a bass player at some point.
Yeah.
When we have at least a full, LP or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then when we get to, like, we'll have this done. Whenever's that done, we'll re-record that when, get some real drums on it.
Oh
yeah. It sounds like these two guys can't ever find a bass player. So
yeah, dude, it's a omen. There's something. Someone put a hex on us or something. Like
you look like me.
We've had like some really good bass players, but it's just it's always their. It's never us, it's them. They just can't. They're not reliable. I mean,
it's fucking murder. Like finding people, like
especially
reliable
if you want to
people.
find a drummer or a guitar player, dude. Everybody wants to play guitar. Everybody wants to play drums.
It's true, but and I would say an important caveat to that is like it's fucking hard to find someone reliable.
Yes.
That will show up. Like there's a million guitar players, there's a million vocalists, and all this kind of stuff. Drummers are harder because it seems like every drummer's in like 5 bands. But to find people that will like reliably practice, reliably be able to show up for shows and stuff like that, it's just murder. It's fucking tough.
So it's almost easier just to backtrack it all.
Because if you're making music and then you put it out there, you have an idea for a drummer, to start with too. If you just like are trying to look for a drummer and you're not writing music, it's kind of like, well, why even bother?
Right.
But and plus it's like I try to do everything like over the internet too, like try to do things digital just for practicing at first, and then when you have everything down in your personal time, you can get together and practice and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like some people freaking just like don't want to do it that way. It's like I think it's like no digital or something ridiculous.
Yeah, we started over internet. Like, I was sending him tracks. He was sending me stuff. He sent me the first drum track, like something he downloaded, and I wrote the riffs to it, which ended up turning out to that first one. It was completely different. The byproduct now is way different then, but that's how we started doing it. I mean, the way that you can see when I was younger and starting music, and you could probably agree with me, we didn't have none of this stuff. You had to find someone who was cool, someone's parents who was cool to let you have loud noise over.
Right.
And I can't tell you how many times the cops come to my dad's house. They threaten to write tickets all the time, $300, $400 noise complaint ticket or whatnot. I mean. Then nadays you can do everything over the internet through Dropbox, or you can do it through emails, or now you can jam live with each other online with zero latency kind of thing. It's just it's incredible.
Again, the choice.
So where do you all practice now? Do you guys all get in a room and practice somewhere, or trade tracks, or what?
We have my mom is still fortunate enough to be really cool. Not doing the music and let us practice over there sometimes, and then we can practice at my dad's house as well. My dad's house has been the haven for jamming for all the bands I've ever been in, and
nice. He just throws a gear in the garage and
not in the garage. We actually do it in the house.
Okay.
Because we've had too many complaints, and now none of the neighbors really live there, but we got a new guy that we're not sure about.
Yeah, we've had the same neighbors for 15 years, and they've grown up with it, and they've dealt it, and I guess they like it.
Yeah.
Except, and then the new guy came in a while ago, and so it's like a little bit different. So it's like I can only play between like a certain time.
Freaking guy.
Yeah.
It's rough.
We just set up in like center of the house, so like there's no, so the noises can get hit every wall before that gets outside.
Yeah, it gets swallowed up by the insulation and stuff like that.
Yeah, if we were to play in the garage, we'd be out of there in
so
10
loud.
minutes.
Yeah.
You know, the cops would be coming down. I can't have the cops coming over right now.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
So
I've had to go through like every possible like situation for like practicing of like have gone from like a garage to getting kicked out of that to going to another band member's garage to getting kicked out of that to going to a storage shed.
Oh,
That's what I was about to do.
And then that was cool for a while until they changed owners, and then got kicked out of that, and then did a rehearsal space for a while, but that proved to be too expensive because that's essentially like rent every month.
Seriously.
And then if not everybody can afford it, then you end up having to make up for other people, and that just gets crazy.
Yeah, especially if you got a woman or you got a family and then
Exactly.
you're spending money on
How much money's going in this wedding that you go in?
Then we practiced in a barn.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, like out in the country, like had to drive like an hour and a half down to Venus just to practice.
What?
Yeah,
See now.
Venus.
Where's that?
Like down by Waxahachie and to the east.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah. And then tried practicing in a house and got the neighbors called a bunch, and then eventually I learned how to soundproof by doing a bunch of research, and I figured out that a really good sound dampener is cardboard box.
Really?
And if you layer cardboard box and then blankets over it, that is a great way to deaden sound, especially if you have it and then put it against a wall where there's like insulation on the other side. So went to Guitar Center years ago and noticed that they had a recycling bin because they would take all their cardboard boxes and throw it away. And it'd be like, pulled up one day, it's like, hey, do you guys care if I jack a whole bunch of these boxes that you're gonna throw out?
Right.
And they're like, nah, it's like you can load up your truck or whatever. So I had a buddy meet me over there, and we literally like filled up the bed of his truck and grabbed like a fuck ton of cardboard boxes and literally got like a staple gun and went like 360 around like twice,
Right.
and then got like a bunch of blankets and hung them down and stuff like that.
Damn.
And that was the first time, and I've done it like 3 times since then, each time kind of like refining it, but it works great.
Yeah.
And it's cheap, because if you try to buy like egg crating or stuff like that, that's just fucking expensive.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
And so I recommend it to anybody. Cardboard box.
Cardboard boxes.
Right.
Yeah, blankets.
Yeah.
I never heard that
I
one.
appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Calling on a budget, dude.
Yeah, well, you got to do everything on a budget to bank, because nobody's got money.
Exactly.
I mean, it's one of those things where it's like you got to figure out how to do it, or there's no fucking band. Like if you don't have a place to practice, you got no fucking band.
I gave him my interface and stuff, and my tower and stuff when we freaking first started. Like the stuff that I write, my solo stuff, Big Daddy sit on, and I gave it all to him. And I bought a new one, and that's what we're going off of right now. The interface. And I was just like, we need to have this, and I was just like, I couldn't agree with you more on that. Just like, if you're not writing music, like I said, there is no band.
Yeah.
And I don't remember, we played that show. That was another thing. We played a Sins show.
That was the whole reason that started this, pretty much. Was that
We played a
like
show.
Reunion show.
Yeah, because we were gonna have Sins get back together.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we played one show out at his house, and
At Crum, yeah.
it was fun. And I drank way too much, and I had a hard time standing up. This
I
is
couldn't
before-
fucking play.
This is before because I'm sober. I've been sober for like 5 months now.
Right on. Congrats.
And I appreciate it.
Nice,
and so it was like right before I was about to take this probation, because I was just going to go to prison again and get it over with. But I'd go there and I'd just end up back on drugs again, even inside there. So I made a better choice. But we played that show, and then we were going to do another one because he's throwing parties like every month out there.
Right.
We were trying to just like do right by the band and do one more big one like at an actual venue and just like just
you guys
for
out there
us,
and get
because we
everyone.
didn't have that closure, like, because we had a big falling out, and we, like, not a big one, but we were in an argument or whatever, and then we find, like, it would just all really happen to be, like, a huge misunderstanding.
Yeah.
So, like, we lost the band over it, but we're still friends and everything. We're like, yo, dude, let's just do it. And it was, like, 2 weeks out.
Yeah,
Like, we got the spot. We fucking relearned the whole set again.
Exactly.
Yeah, and he confirmed and everything. Iron, you remember Iron?
Yeah.
He confirmed, and we had the date set, and then I ended up saying, I texted him and was like, we want to change the date and to was it farther? I don't know if it was farther out,
farther
about
out.
like a week or two or something like that.
It's gonna be at Reno's.
And
or
I
something.
made the mistake of saying, make sure it's okay with your wife, because I'm a thoughtful person these days. Because he's got a little baby or whatnot.
Yeah. Sure.
And that gave him the out to come back and say that he was not interested in playing music anymore.
It's just, and he's
After
freaking guy.
Sid and I have been putting out emails to venues, and Sid got on a bill. We were already opening for 30-minute set, but we wanted 40 because we need more time than that. We need to play the set.
Right.
If we're gonna have one last show, we're gonna actually play all the songs we got. So we need 45 at least.
Yeah.
And he's talking back and forth with this promoter, and like for a week, talking to this one person, and then all of a sudden I'm like, Sid, you gotta tell her that we can't do it because he's not gonna do it. And we couldn't
It's
do
too
that.
hard.
2 guitars.
I know.
I didn't have any. It wasn't my band, you know. I was the person that came into that band. The Sims was them 3 and always have been. So it's not like we could have done a 3-piece anyways.
Right.
Half of the people that know the band wouldn't show up. All the Mexicans, you know, because Iron and his family.
The crew.
Yeah.
Crew, yeah, it was a huge
Which is
part.
hard.
That was
That's
family,
what
man. Those were our family. My
Blessing in
family.
disguise that he said, no, I don't want to be a part of it because he wouldn't be giving it his all, you know.
Yes.
And like, I know he, like, just don't not talk bad about him or anything, but I mean, he's an adult. I mean, he's got a kid, he's got
And
things
he's
to
got
do, and his
responsibility.
priorities.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's like, you could do other things. Because I know he, like, deep down, he loves playing music, but
You have to make time.
he doesn't, for some reason, he thinks it's too difficult.
He said he just doesn't interest in it.
And I just,
Yeah.
which is
Like,
hard.
alright,
I mean,
guess.
you know, it's everybody's
their own.
got to take their own path. You know, it's like
This is the thing, and like, and that this like, because I've been talking to Iron about doing stuff for a while. And the Sins was not the only thing that he wanted to start back up and start with. It was the Oro. There was another project me and him were going to be doing. I was learning bass with him. We were writing some good stuff, and I could send you the tracks, and he was on that. And Charles McGregory, Killer Visions,
Yeah.
he was singing on that. He was going to be
Yep.
on that, yeah. The Oro, and he bailed. He did the same thing. He bailed on me. He was like, "Oh, it's too hard." That was his excuse. I'm like, dude, but you said you wanted to do this and everything. I had a drummer and everything lined up for that too, as well. I had this one guy, freaking, who lived in like Garland or something, and I was driving back and forth to get. We were jamming, it was pretty good. The house I was living in, we had the whole set. The drummer was pretty legit. He had a really, really nice kit, but he did not know how to play it. It was
Was it
like,
the one guy that played in Sins? Or was it the other guy?
no, I would never.
Did you
that
replace
guy
me with?
the guy, freaking, that guy.
It's like, I thought we weren't a thing anymore, man.
I don't. His name is Travis Ewing or something like that. He's from like Ohio, blah.
Like Patrick Chewing?
Yeah, Chewy. Freaking yeah, and we had he was pretty good. He was really like shredding on the drums for a while. And Iron was gonna do some stuff with him. Like we were gonna do stuff with him too. At that time, we were gonna get Sims back together with that guy, and he freaking kind of just like, oh, it'll work, he said. And he cut all. He used to have like hair down to his freaking ass, and he cut all of it off. He's like, I'm into rap now, dude. I'm like, what is going on with you? What is going on with you?
Identity crisis.
What? Remember that? Yeah, the identity crisis he was having. This sorry, Iron Bull. Like, you hear this?
I didn't know this guy, dude.
Man, it just sucks, dude, because he is a great guitarist, and I've seen it all before. These people, they choose to freaking, like, what's important to them, and I'm like, alright, dude, that's cool. But then they'll, freaking, oh man, that was pretty cool, you know, remember that? I'm like, yeah, but never again. You know? That's me now.
Yeah, you would say you squander your gifts.
Yeah, you squander it, dude. I'm about this, dude. Like, some people that, you know, religion, gods and stuff, for me, it's like the physical forces of nature and stuff that you can be privy to, you know, like, you could like if you survive like a hurricane or some shit, like you gotta have some sort of thing like watching over you or some sort of like aura that's like repelling bad shit or something's supernatural's going on there. You're lucky,
right?
You know? Or
that's what they call it.
Yeah, you know, but luck is a force. That's what I'm saying. You like, there's something going on here, and I believe in it. It's like whether it be God or Lucifer, these imps, these like demigods. I mean, I believe it, man. Like Loch Ness Monster, Bigfoot and shit. That shit's real. That shit's real, fool. I'm telling you right now. I'll explain it. Let old Benedict's gonna lay it down.
Dude, it's
Bigfoot.
Listen.
No. You know who Bigfoot is already. He's sassy out there.
No, it's Sam Losco, dude. That's caveman.
Oh yeah, dude.
Turnpike Boys, dude.
Oh, exactly.
It's
like
the same squinch.
some guy like with really bad the hairy virus, or you get hair on your eyelids and shit.
Yeah.
It's like some hippie who has that. You know, he's out there. He's like, "Hell, this is everyone make fun of me. I got hair all over me."
Yeah.
And he just let it all grow out. And somebody caught a picture of him. And he's going
that's
back.
not a Sasquatch. That's just
But
a
that's
person with a
there's
disease.
this is my theory. There's a tribe of those people in America, and like they do not like us because we will make fun of them.
Right.
Obviously, look at they got fur all over. We call them names. So they say like where I stay, bro. Like I identify with like bookies, but we got time for we get inside old Big Eddie Sid's mind. He's gonna tell you.
Dude, we had a guy that hunts Bigfoot on the show.
Are you shitting me?
And then we actually went we had an episode that we did last December where we went out to Pat Mays Lake, which is like up by Paris, Texas.
Yeah, I know.
And
that's
like
right.
out in the wilds and stuff like that. We're like traipsing around the woods like a bunch of assholes at 2:00 in the morning in the middle of December. But it was cool just to like talk to these guys about it, and
like,
it's like that they. Say that they have had like not one but several like encounters with creatures.
Yeah.
And it's very compelling. Like, I mean, it's it's hard for me to say definitively because I haven't personally seen anything, right? And I haven't seen any scientific evidence that says that they're 100% there, right? We don't have like the video on YouTube that you can go see and like, oh, that's definitely it. But you also have like legit people like Jane Goodall says that it's entirely possible.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like I can see it go either way.
And in itself, it's a force, man.
Yeah.
And they're going out with people in the middle of December.
Who's that meme where
And people just don't go out there unless they truly see or believe something.
Yeah.
Trekking around the woods.
They're saying, you don't want to be in this area like at this time.
That's what
So that makes you want to go be in there.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
this is
what
where
the hell's
sass
out
activity
here, man?
is. You get a lot of sass out here.
Because they just like the story. I get what you mean. The stories would be so detailed and like vivid in the way that they recall things, and you're like, this motherfucker might be right, dude. There might be something here, dude.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I'm entirely open to the possibility. I can't for certain say, oh yes, 100%, but I'm entirely open to the possibility that it is real because there are several people that are like convinced and give like very detailed accounts of what they've seen.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like, yeah, it's possible that maybe they're all faking it, or maybe that they're all mistaken, but maybe not.
Right.
It's like,
This is the thing. This is how I rationalize it now. Lay it down on you. If they are a villagers type, like this is a community of hairy ass hippie people who don't want to be bothered, they would have ambassadors, spokesmen or something that would be like, oh yeah, they're real, but don't go in this area. There's sass activity right here. You don't want to go there. They pay them well for this. And they say,
lobbyists.
Tell them, maybe, bro, there's the Illuminati fool. Like, people believe in that. Rockefeller kind of shit. That shit is real. There are super ass, maybe not Rockefeller, but just an example. There are super rich ass people who own shit. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's like highly
Possibilities are endless, fool. And I was just saying, like, there's probably like deformed animals, some shit,
Rockefellers and the Waltons, dude.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Walmart, right?
You guys, the original Genesis was to be a tech death band, but then it morphed into something else, which is cool, But like, who would you say if you had to use a few other bands to compare yourselves, like genre-wise? I mean, I know you mentioned like Darkest Hour and you listen to bands like Archspire and stuff like that, but like, are there any bands out there, past or present, that you think that you're kind of in a similar genre as?
Black Dahlia.
I think
Black Dahlia.
Now is the Human Abstract for sure.
Human Abstract, okay.
What is that?
It could almost be like some old Sea of Treachery, almost. It's weird. It's kind of, but I would definitely say like as far as like the riffage goes, definitely like the Human Abstract. It's like got a little bit of Blood Runs Black in there, a little bit of Black Dahlia.
Black Dahlia.
What say you?
So I can go by riff, pretty much. There's a little bit of All That Remains in there.
There you go. Yeah.
Especially in the one that you have a preview of. This one riff in particular. When I wrote the chorus, I was like, man, that sounds like something that I've heard from Avenged Sevenfold. And I grew up there. I mean, their Awaken the Fallen album is when I started getting into like heavy music. And I love that album. I saw them on that touring cycle so many times. I love that band. Wasn't a fan of everything else they put out because I love screaming.
Right, yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I still think they're a great band, but what to say? I don't even. Yeah, I mean, that is the hardest question in the world to ask.
Yeah.
It's so, I think because it's so early on too, we're still trying.
Well, yeah, that is the thing too. I mean, you guys have got 3 songs, so you still are kind of like finding your sound. And I get that. You know, it's like it could change a little bit, or it could change quite a bit a year from now. You know?
Right. Yeah, and I just started playing guitar 3 or 4 months ago, so it'll definitely progress into something else. But it definitely won't be one thing. I know that. I tend to not force things like I want it. Like I wanted it to be a tech metal band, but here we are.
Here we go.
And it seems like people like it for what they've listened to. I haven't gotten any complaints yet, or anybody saying anything negative about it. Of course, they're not going to tell me in my face.
Right.
But it definitely isn't going to be a one-trick pony. I know that. If anything, I know about me and when it comes to music.
So I think we're going to take a short break here, and in the middle, we'll play one of your songs. So would you prefer to do the full-length song first, or do you want to do kind of the one that you sent us the snippet for?
This is the full-length one.
Yeah.
The full-length one? So remind everybody what this song is.
This is I Destroyer the Redeemer's O Morning Star, the first song that we've written.
There you go.
And it's
Oh Morning Star. So you're getting ready to listen to that. Please check it out, and then we will be right back. Right.
We are I Destroyer the Redeemer. You are listening to the Warlord Radio Podcast.
Bam!
Yeah,
You nailed it.
don't look at me. Warlord. I said Warlord, right? Not Warlord.
Yeah,
Okay, good.
you got it. And we're back. And we just listened to the first track from I Destroyer the Redeemer. I Destroyer and the Redeemer?
I Destroyer the Redeemer.
The Redeemer. I'll get it right eventually.
No, you're good. We talked about how the concept is I am the Destroyer and I am the Redeemer.
Yeah.
Right.
The long form would be, but that's... I already got shit for being too long of a name. So,
I'm just like, what, dude? Yeah, everything's good. Everything you come up with is I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, no, man. I mean, there's like bands with names like I Wrestled a Bear once. So
Yeah,
come
I
on.
love that band.
That band was really
Trash.
But what I'm saying, like the name, that's longer than your name.
Yeah,
So
Yeah. And what is that one band name, dude? That death
Bob
metal band?
It's
Dillinger.
like
Escape Plan or
acidic,
something?
gaping buttholes.
Oh yeah, that one.
It's literally just
Gore
a
is the
28
album.
letter acronym, and it's just
Oh, okay.
it's a slam band, and they're trash. Dude. Man, they're on like if you search like meme band, like meme like death metal band or something on YouTube, it'll come up. But it's
Yeah.
literally just like
Like a paragraph.
They did that on purpose.
XACWLBGs, and it's just like one giant acronym. And it's
Okay.
like you go in the description, and it's like a paragraph. Like what the actual name is.
Yeah.
I like see that on a bill.
Yeah,
like,
it takes up the whole
It's just a
flyer.
bunch of letters.
And it's just a blob, you know,
Yeah.
the typical death metal font that's just like...
And you know the
Unreadable.
thing, the dead
Yeah.
tree meme, that all death like
Oh, yeah.
bands look. That's literally what it looks like. It's just
Exactly.
trees.
A bush.
Yeah.
just like leaves on it.
branches.
genius.
It's a pretty fun band though.
Oh yeah.
And there's like dismantle iteritarian worship or something.
What?
There's like an anime slam band. It's
Whole side of the flamingo is a good one for me.
Well, there's all kinds of crazy music.
Whole side at the flamingo.
Yeah, there's a deep underground of stuff that I try to keep on top of things, but I mean,
Yeah.
there's so many that it's just
Yeah.
impossible.
Right.
For real, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like sometimes people bring up a band, it's like I have no idea who that is.
Yeah, these days you can't even have a grasp of it. I mean, as a whole, it's limitless.
Yeah.
This
And then
band
the bottom
Ichthyosis
of it.
has 28 followers on Facebook. They're heavy as shit.
Yeah.
Did you say Ichthyosis?
Ichthyosis.
Oh, I was about to say. That was. Do you remember?
That was Chris's band.
Yeah,
Because he played with one of my old buddies, Matthew Spann.
Oh yeah. It's one of these artists we worked with, called Christopher Cavazos. I have no idea what happened to him. He just disappeared.
He dated one of my friends from elementary school.
Yeah, that's right. Freaking.
And like that was like the whole reason we came. I was like, dude, you trying to play guitar?
Yeah.
And he's like, no. I'm like, of course.
No, and I went in there. I was like, you better freaking play. He's like, okay. And he did.
Women are catabolic to.
We were crabcore for a
Guitar.
while.
Crabcore.
Yeah, that's our crabcore days with Chris. That
pretty
bassist that we had, Ian, he was like really like just this face all the time about everything. He's just scowling at everything. I was like, just chill, dude. We were going to a show once, and this guy was like, "We're not gonna make it in time, guys." I was like, "Just dude, we have like 2 hours to get there. Chill." He's like, "No, I just gotta cross arms." I was like, "You were that guy, tall fellow."
That's on video, dude.
Oh,
And
yeah.
Like, so we gotta go or what?
Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah, I remember now.
This was only like 20 minutes away, and we were like 2 hours from being on ready
Yeah.
to play.
So you were telling me while we were on break that you're kind of shooting to maybe start playing live by summer, right? So like
Yeah.
6-8 months from now.
When you say it like that, it doesn't seem like it's very far away.
Yeah, I mean,
Holy shit.
it's really not. I mean, it's like it is and it's not. You know, I mean, it's a lot can go on in 6 or 8 months. It's like, but it's not that far away.
Yeah, this year went by so fast, and I keep saying it's because I'm older. But it's probably because I'm actually existing on this plane at the
Right.
minute and not high all the time. So it's flown by,
Yeah.
and so 6 months doesn't seem like nothing. So I got to get busy.
So what are you hoping to achieve before you guys start playing live? Like, what are you trying to build up to?
Well, I'm trying to get somewhat of an EP going for sure. I've always played bands where we didn't have any kind of material ready to, when you go to a show, you have a set or whatever, you have to throw in covers. You don't actually have anything that's just you. I don't want to do any of that no more. No covers, nothing like that.
Yeah.
Always having to trickle a couple of those in there to fill a set. So I would like to have something. I would like to have some kind of merch going before we got up there. So it's like that, and not obviously
empty-handed.
I'm not sure where we're at on trying to do this thing like with a means to an end. I would love to. I still would love to take it on the road. Most definitely. But I'm not sure where everybody else is at the moment. But definitely want to start playing shows and have something tangible to put in people's hands at that point.
That's cool. So you're just wanting to like have everything set up with like a recording and some merch and stuff like that before you start playing live, whereas a lot of bands kind of take the opposite track where they just get out and start playing shows and then maybe over time like try to save up to put out something. And
that's what we did.
That's always been my formula.
Yeah.
You know, I've been playing in clubs since I was 15 years old. And I can't tell you, and it just seemed like it never worked. You know, we'd have great ideas, or we'd have like a 3 or 4 song EP demo that we spent a lot of money on, but that would be it. You know, and then the T-shirts, we'll get those, and it never came. You know.
Yeah.
And there was also, I was younger, and people were going to college and stuff like that. So it's just like I would like to take more of like a business approach to it. So
that's smart.
Yeah, it is. It works too because I experienced what you're talking about, like, and put into action for this band that's new. They don't even have a Facebook page, and I really want to blow them up because they were really good. They had some really heavy riffs and really like groovy riffs too. They were called Bishop, and they were like 15 and stuff. They were 15, maybe 16 or something. They were great. They were perfect, and they had an album. They had like an EP, like 4 songs. I gotta show you. It's in my truck. It's got this breakdown in it. It's freaking like really heavy, and their composure is really good too. It's why I bought their album. When I saw them live, it sounded exactly like the album too. So I knew right away. I was like, these guys are serious. They practiced, they polished and stuff, and they had everything ready for me when I was super fucking baked too. And their music was perfect.
There you go.
I was like, I just came back in for smoking a big old fucking doobie, and I came in and I was like, fuck, all right, this new band. And I'm like, this is going, and then I was like, oh shit, this sounds like some old school like Helmet, or what's that other freaking band that does this song called Hey Man, Nice Shot?
Oh, Filter?
Filter. It sounded like Filter and like Greta, but like heavy. It was cool. I was like, this is
And where'd you see them at?
I saw them at Killer Tacos with Stone Wolf. Stone Wolf knows of them, and they freaking. I knew those guys from playing a show with having them at my place playing a show.
Yeah, Stone Wolf, those guys are cool.
Those guys rule, yeah, I love those guys. And yeah, but you're right, dude, freaking have, like, and they had t-shirts, stickers, an EP, and everything, and it was like all $5.
Oh, and a bass player.
And a bass player, yeah.
That's optional. Yeah,
I mean, I'm
you got the
prepared
3-piece going on.
I'm prepared already to have everything
tracked and freaking
but it's just a pain in the ass when you have that many things. So like if I have to have something go out to the sound man that has synthesizers on it, and then I have him to go with the guitar, second guitar for harmony and doubles on lead, and then a bass, that's a lot.
He gonna hate you.
Yeah.
That's what we need. Instead of a bass,
getting it
is
to
a sound
come out
man,
right with having independent control on it, and it would look better. You can't quite fill a stage with 3 people.
Yeah, really.
You gotta. Well, I mean, yeah, but like
Killer's Vision, he does.
Just gain weight.
He's getting
just gain weight. You know, having like symmetry on a stage. You know,
we played one show down in San Antonio. This is a couple of years ago, but with a band called Beaten and Butchered, and they billed themselves as the heaviest band in Texas because they were all very big boys.
Oh yeah.
It was hilarious, and they were really good. A very cool, like, death grindy type of band.
Nice.
But it just cracked me up because they were very big boys, and they're the heaviest band in Texas. And it's like, yep, they got it. Like, all 4 of them, very large.
The thing, yeah.
So,
we're all weighing up to 3/4 of a ton.
Yeah.
Exactly, and that helps too. Yeah, image and stuff. You know, if you have a good sound too, and then you add to an image, you have a, like, shall I say, a gimmick. That was good, and that's what Bishop got me too. Is they looked like they were people from the '90s. Like the drummer had his britches pulled up like to where his freaking belly button was. He was like up here, and he looked really, really geeky and like nerdy, and I guess in '90s styles, I guess.
Right on.
But I was just like, they did their homework, is what I was like thinking to myself, and they sold me.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, man, their music is good. Their styles is good. Their chemistry. Like. It's definitely important to have all those things before you start too. I think things go smoother.
Yeah.
Well prepared.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think it definitely helps. I mean, I think, you know, obviously bands can do it any number of ways, but I think it is helpful to have like a game plan as opposed to just like constantly out there just winging it. Right.
Yeah.
Because like you said, it's like the problem is that if you're just out there winging it, it's like you always plan to, we'll do this, we'll do that, but then a lot of times you don't get to that stage.
Right.
You know, there's always the plan, we'll record an EP, or we'll do an album, but then shit happens and you know,
too long.
Yeah.
That just seemed like to me. It just seems like a better model to go for.
Yeah, I agree.
I spend a lot of time writing music, and that takes up the majority of the time. And whenever I'm back then, I know that from my experiences, like, yeah, we'll get to all that, but what always came more important was writing all this stuff. So if I have everything written out and, you know, enough for a cycle or, you know, a year's worth of shows, then we can focus on everything else other than just making music, because it'll already be made.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So.
Yeah. Do you have a plan, like, do you want to do an EP to start, or do you want to just go all in and have an album's worth of material? Or, I mean, if you guys are doing like songs that are averaging like 5 minutes and then sometimes like 8 minutes or whatever, it would only take like 7-8 songs and you're set.
I'm shooting for 10 total songs.
Yeah.
I would like to have a full album of them.
Yeah.
We'll see how that goes, but it will for sure have a nice polished EP.
Right on.
And my standards of an EP will probably be at least 6 songs, whether they're 5.5 or 8 minutes long or not. So. Yeah. Because in my world, the CD is 10 or 11 songs.
You do it Equipoise style, have that EP, and then the album have all those songs as well, but like remastered and, you know, retouched and all that.
Right.
Kind of how they did it. Probably not, but that was also like a 14-song album. It was an hour and 5 minutes. It was ridiculous. Yeah. Great album though.
What do you guys think about CDs and stuff like that? Do you guys still buy CDs and stuff like that from bands?
I am wanting to get a massive vinyl collection going.
Only if I really, really like want to support them. Like I'll buy like an actual
CD,
physical CD.
That's
Like anything else, I'll just
music.
buy it digitally and then like stream it as much as possible. You know, give them their fractions of a penny. You know.
Yeah.
But I just like, it's just the way that the world is today. Just nobody, and even like cars are being made without CD players and shit. So.
Well, yeah, and that's exactly why I ask. I mean, it's like, because we just put an album out and we were trying to figure out what to do with it, because we had done our previous ones on CD. But then, like, as we were talking about it, it's like, you know, it's like bands still do it, and I always like to support, like, I like to buy physical stuff.
Yeah,
from no matter what. Like, I like books over like Kindle. I like Blu-rays over like Netflix. Like, I like that type of thing.
Except for that tangible item.
Yeah.
I own this.
That'll be my
it's
job.
not
But we were thinking about what we were going to do for our new album, and we decided to put ours out on vinyl. It's like because most cars nowadays don't have CD players. Most computers nowadays don't have CD drives.
Jesus.
And it's like,
you know that.
Mine don't.
It's like, where are you going to play it even if you buy it? And then on top of that, even when I go to like shows and see bands and stuff like that, especially like national shows, it's like they're never selling CDs.
Yeah.
Like, if they're selling music at all, they're selling vinyl.
Right.
Like Shout Tim was the first one I seen in a long time. I was like, wow, they're actually selling a CD. Like, oh.
Just how much I'm not informed, dude.
There's no. I mean, well, bands like us in any kind of metal form don't make money on CDs. The only people that are still buying CDs are, you know, top 40s and stuff like that. But actually,
there's just people who want to really support.
Money. The fact that you have and I love vinyls because it's like, man, it's kind of like a collectible, you know.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And so, like, I can't wait till we get to a point where I can put something
vinyl,
some plastic.
For real.
Yeah. Well, we found a place that has a good deal because with each vinyl you get, it comes with a digital download card.
Oh.
So that way, if people buy your vinyl, like even if they don't have a vinyl player, they can still just download your album and play it on your phone or whatever the fuck you want to play it on.
Yeah.
But you can, like I said, you have the artwork and you have the lyrics, and you can just put it on the wall if that's what you want to do. But that way, you're supporting the band that you like. And then you can play it in whatever format you want.
What was that place called?
Yeah.
Well, in particular, we got ours from a place called Atomic Disc.
Atomic Disc.
And they're not the only ones that do that. Like, quite a few places will do it for you. But that seemed to us to be like, by far be the best deal. Because like you put it out on vinyl and people are like, oh, I don't have a turntable. It's like, hey, no problem. It comes with a card. Like you get the music however you want it. It's just to get the card, you got to buy the vinyl.
Right.
So.
And now you have two sources.
Yeah.
Or one actual source.
But that's why I asked, because it's a problem now, right? Because it's like it used to be that, for a long time, it's like a band, it's like, well, you put out a CD, or you would try to, that was the goal, right? It's like, you like put it out there, but now we've gotten to this point, it's like, well, what the fuck do you do with music? Because people don't buy music.
Yeah.
Really.
Right.
I mean, it's like iTunes is gone. It's like CD sales are just, you can't even go to a lot of places and buy like there are no music stores anymore, and Best Buys and Hastings and shit like that are all gone.
Or the selection is very, very.
And the selection is just garbage.
That's all just it's top 40.
Yeah.
Just
Like,
Billboard stuff.
listen to anything that I like.
And it's like you can put stuff out on streaming and stuff, and that's great for like getting your name out there, but you're never going to see any money at all off of that ever.
Yeah.
Because it takes millions of streams to, generate hundreds of dollars.
Yeah.
And how in the fuck are you going to make millions of streams when you're an underground band?
Yeah.
Underground metal band.
Yeah. So
Let's see, you gotta put that one on there.
it's that catch-22 where it's like, well, what do you do?
Yeah.
So,
Sell t-shirts.
It's gotta be.
yeah,
know,
sell t-shirts, and it seems like vinyl's kind of the way to do it.
Vinyl.
It's because that's one way you can get people to actually buy your music.
Yeah, really.
I feel like in this type of scene, you really have to. It is a business. You, especially in like really, really heavy metal, it's a brand. You really have to put that, like, it's all gotta be in your artwork. It's gotta be really cool. Like you have to bring them in because
It's gotta stand
most
out.
of the time to the normal people, they don't want to listen to this shit, and it's. You gotta have. It's just like Nikes and Pumas, you got something that they want to wear.
Exactly.
Cool
Something
sticker,
that
cool
they
graphic. That's only them. But it's like, oh, maybe this is really cool. Maybe I should listen to them. It's all about building a brand, but it's just like a baby, and everybody has to put in the work.
Yeah.
Yeah, really. Takes a village.
Yeah.
I just think that if there was more like non-profit things that would help expose artists, like get more people to see the show, to see them, I think that's another a huge step forward for them to make more money. And I think if venues were more prone to, like I said, non-profit, were more prone to like giving their money to either a charity of some sort or to the artists, I think that would probably that would probably like change that opinion. I think. I don't know though. It's because like you said, that's another thing. Is like people just don't want to even go out to shows sometimes. Like it's too far and there's too much. People can't make the time, and then like you don't have things to play CDs off of too, and then so you have to go to vinyl, and then so it's like it's so many factors, especially with technology nowadays too. And I've been thinking about that too, like how you get a local artist to become more profitable. And there's like scam artists too out there that have been thinking of the same thing. There's some.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
There was some guy who did. I saw a documentary about it. And freaking, it was a guy who made a thing called Firefest, and he ripped.
It's Fry Fest.
Fryfest.
Fry Festival, yeah.
Yeah,
Whatever.
whatever.
Fire.
No, Fry. It's or
With a
Fry.
Y or
It's the
some
same
shit.
where it was
Oh,
like
yeah, people
Either
got
way.
terrible
people-
sand beach, and it was
Yeah.
like marketed to people who were only
Super rich.
like super rich people, and
Yeah,
then like
and he made a killing because he's a scam artist.
Nah,
and he
he's
took
in
all the
prison
money.
now.
Yeah, he got
no
his.
money.
and then
He
like
thought he could get away with it. And I'm like, now here's somebody who has the know-how and the means and stuff, but he used his power for evil, obviously.
Yeah.
And I think that's the number one reason why things all, in general, in our country is failing, is because of that attitude of like, you have something that I want, and I'm going to make all the money I can off of it, and you give it to me. I don't care. Businesses just don't care, you know, and I think that's why you see uprising of people going local, small businesses and stuff. These people are waking up to that, and I think that that's a good thing for local music, especially. And I just don't know like how though yet. 'Cause that's my thing too. Is I'm always obsessing about that. Like, how the hell can local artists make more money, and like not, and like death metal artists and like every artist, you know, even the people who are just like doing caricatures and shit.
Right.
I think it has to be a non-profit kind of thing. And because I'm the singer, you know, and I do like music and everything like myself, but I just don't think I'm that good. Like, I can't play drums very well. Like, I can play guitar a wee bit, but I'm not that like lyrically I'm very in depth. So I'm like, okay, well, I don't want to be the vocalist that doesn't do anything. So I try to think about these sorts of things.
Right.
I try to contribute in a way that I think would matter in a singer, you know, besides, you know, also helping load in.
Right.
The singer should do. Don't forget. Okay, guys,
we'll give him that. He actually does.
I do, bro. I got a truck and shit too now.
Well,
too.
I'm making him be like, you're helping me.
That's
I'm
right.
signing up, dude. Every time.
But yeah, it's like, I never knew that, especially with the vinyl, that you get a card with it too, and you can go and download
That's
it.
really cool. That does seem like the way to do it now.
Because that's cheaper, especially
How much do you guys sell them? Like,
Yeah, how much would that be?
15 for the vinyl.
that's
The
not
vinyl,
bad.
yeah, that's really good.
$500 in CD, and you get a collectible,
Yeah.
and you get the music.
Dude, hell yeah. Hell
That must be why everyone's fucking doing vinyls now, because it like just came like a resurgence of them like
Well, it's
2 years
because of the
ago.
fact that
And then nobody-
CDs,
no- and CDs,
are non-existent.
And then like
Yeah.
everybody's making these new record players too.
Yeah.
Record players are becoming a thing again.
That's true, man. Freaking.
I just love the sound of a record too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too. But yeah, I mean, I ended up getting just like a cheap record player and some decent speakers and stuff like that. And then, I mean, it was a whole process. Like, we'd never done it. It was essentially like a big experiment for us, and we were wanting to see if it worked. And you know, luckily everything worked out, and it was a big success when we had the album show and that kind of stuff. And we're still, you know, seeing how it goes. But people are positive towards it, you know, like they like the idea of the vinyl and stuff like that, and then they get turned on and they're like, oh, okay, yeah, I can download it too. You know, it's like, because I think that's key.
Everyone
It's
has it on their phone too.
yeah, it's like, like I understand, because look, like I listen to music on my phone too. I go to the gym and I've got my earphones in, and, and I'm in the car and I've got stuff playing through like Spotify. So I do all of those same things. I don't hate on any of that, you know. It's just like I said, it's like I prefer to have physical shit, especially if it's a band that I like.
Right.
You know, it's like if I want to support someone, it's like I want their shit to put up and be like, yeah, this is their stuff. You know what I mean? I can look at it and I can read the lyrics and all that. I like that experience aspect. And I think that there's obviously like a bunch of people feel that way. Like digital's fine for what it is, but there's people that like to have shit.
Yeah.
You know, like a keepsake from a tour or, you know, whatever.
Right.
You know, and I think that is why vinyl is growing.
Yeah.
Is because like look, like most people just stream shit, okay, but a lot of people do both.
Right.
You know, I don't think it's necessarily like either or. Like I think it's kind of like all of the above.
Right. I mean, anybody in the world, everybody listens to music, right? Whatever form it. Rap, country, metal, or whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
Somebody has a favorite artist, you know, and if they're going to go to their concert, they're going to buy something that they can hold and touch, you know. So it's just it just makes sense to do vinyl.
Yeah.
So I would love to do that too as well, and we will do that. We'll be doing that ever before we make a CD.
You just gotta.
Does your car even have a CD player? Back to that point. So,
exactly.
And CDs sound great.
Yeah.
You know, CD quality is better. Streaming quality is low compared. You know.
Right.
You know, there's difference in between how loud it is in streaming and how it is on CD. You know, and anything you upload online is going to be volume matched.
Yeah.
So you do get a better sound on the CD or whatnot, but like, good luck getting anybody to even sell that for you in the store because
They're like, we never.
Who sells
It's the
CDs
point to,
anymore?
like,
Best
just sell
Buy.
and jump
Well,
orders,
you're
too.
never gonna get your CD in there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, unless you're signed to
You
Capitol
go in there and
Records.
put it on there, you know.
Yeah.
You stand there all
I
day.
bought That Darkest Hour Deliver Us CD at Best Buy
Yeah.
years ago. That was the
Years
last CD
ago.
I ever bought.
I mean, you can still find labels like that there too,
Yeah.
but you know, it's just not.
It's common.
It's not
You know.
in our financial best interest.
Yeah.
More of that,
Right?
yeah,
Especially
for
when you're not on a label, and
Yeah.
we wouldn't even do it either.
Yeah, I see some albums, like name brand artists, some albums go for like $25 I've seen before. Like if they're brand new and stuff,
Yeah.
I've seen that before.
Mhm.
They're ludicrous.
And yeah, I'm like, what makes them so good? Read their lyrics, I'm like, this is not...
The only thing I paid for was that Corellia double LP that ain't never coming out, and I ain't never. No.
All right, so I mean, I know that you've like been going to shows for a long ass time around here and stuff like that.
Yeah.
What are some of the bands that you guys know and like around here?
Yeah.
I mean, I know that for you, that
Yeah, I
you're
go
just
all
getting
day.
back into it. Have you been able to get out to any shows or anything like that? To see anybody?
Local bands?
Mhm.
No.
Yeah.
Same.
I'm pretty busy.
No, it's totally understandable.
No, well,
but it's just like
The thing is, like, I've seen my favorite bands that have coming through on tour,
Uh-huh.
national acts. But as far as getting out and on the weekends going down to, I don't even know, Deep Elm, they still doing local music down
Yeah.
there?
Yeah.
See, that's how far out of it I am right now. I don't really know. I can't even tell you one local band
Mhm.
around here, and I hate to admit that.
Yeah,
No.
same here. I've been out of the local scene. Like I really want to go back just to see how it's changed and what it was like, comparing for when we were in it.
Mhm.
But it's I don't know, man. It's getting old. No one to be out standing out in the
Yeah,
clubs and
right.
everything, and it's
That's
like.
the deal, too.
But it's just, I think it'll be like once we finally get playing shows again, it'll be
Get
real
the
nice
itch.
again to start,
Yeah.
commuting, like networking with everybody again, and
Mhm.
just pick their brains, because like it's really hard to find a good heavy local band. They're a
Mhm.
dime a dozen,
Yeah.
but I mean when they do, they're fucking awesome.
Mhm.
And like we were like back before they got big, we played with them,
Yeah, we played with Ryan.
and now look at them now, dude.
Mhm.
Serpents, too.
Yeah,
Our
Serpents.
first show we played with was Serpents. And
Yeah, that was a weird
Dweller or something like that. I am
Vault
Dweller.
Or Vault Dweller?
I think they were just called Dweller, but it could have. I don't think it was Vault Dweller, but there was a band called Dweller that we played with.
Okay.
With Glacier or something like that too.
And you go to a lot of
Night
local
at the
shows.
Chalet.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, still do.
I still forget it. What's that? What?
That Chalet band.
Chalet.
Night at the
Oh
Chalet.
yeah, dude, I love them.
Chalet.
Yeah, they were really good.
My boy
But they weren't
Corey.
local though. They were
Eternal
from Minnesota.
Darkness or something. Some Swedish band we played with.
Oh, wow.
I think so. It was like a pentagram, and it's called like Eternal Darkness. I think they're still doing something. I don't remember. I
Nice.
could be wrong. I had to look at the flyer. Oh, Giant of the Mountain. We
Giant of the
played with
Mountain?
Giant of
Yeah,
we
those guys
played
are
with
cool.
them. Yeah, we
Are they
played
still
with
around?
them. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
still around. Yeah, we played with them. Yeah, you said that. Ricky.
Yeah, locally.
What about
yeah,
national
local,
acts? Like you said,
Oh,
you've seen some of your favorite
Yeah,
national
man,
acts.
seen my favorite bands this year.
Yeah. Some of
We
the best
just
shows
went
ever.
to Shadow Intent last week. Was
Uh-huh.
it last week or the
Yeah.
week before?
One of those. Shadow Intent. No, it was
Bought
last week. 'cause
tangible
it was-
item for $45. I would have paid
Yeah.
50 or 60 bucks. for it.
Where'd you see that?
Gas Monkey.
Bar
Oh,
Grill.
was that the Municipal Waste Show?
It was.
Was
that the
Napalm
same day?
It was. That
was
that was
great.
it live in the afternoon. Yeah, because their Napalm Death was there too.
Yeah.
Freaking
But
Red
that was
Cake.
it
You guys
live.
went to
It
that
was
with
like-
Oh, and you were at Bar and Grill?
Yeah, it was it. Like, that show was at like 1 to 4 or something, and then it like a bar grill started like 6 or 7, and yeah, but
Okay.
they was like they had the punk show over there, and then they had the heavy show over here.
Okay. Right on.
Vacation was
Yeah, it
playing
was
that show.
Despised Icon, Shadow of Intent, Ingested, Devourment,
Okay. Yes, yes, I know what you're talking about.
Time.
Kublai Khan.
Nice. So how was the show?
That was
It
awesome.
was fun.
Yeah.
And then we saw our favorite band several months
Before that,
ago.
I saw Art Spire and Fairy, Vervum,
Same
Lord
place.
Hole, same exact place,
It's
Yeah.
amazing.
and they're
Yeah.
fucking
It's the best concert I've
ridiculous.
ever been
Art
to.
Spire like
Nice.
is like one of the best
It's hard
live
to say
performing
that.
bands
Yeah.
I've ever seen.
Right?
That's impressive.
Especially when like my all-time favorite band is Iron Maiden, and I've seen them
Yeah.
10 times.
Couldn't, like in that show, fucking they couldn't shit on them. I mean, Iron Maiden throws a hell of a show, man. But that Art Spire show, was we didn't even go there to see that. We went to see Ferry, but Archspire just stole it. It was perfect. The motherfucker can scream at 350 BPM. And obviously, he's just insanely skilled, and all of them are just so good at their instruments. And it was just like, oh, and I couldn't help but not like in Ferry will always be my favorite, but Archspire is so good.
Yeah,
especially live, they fucking bring it, man.
And then we saw Buckethead on my birthday.
Yeah.
My favorite
That was a
guitar
good one
player.
too.
Okay, that's awesome.
It was awesome. He's always a treat to watch.
Mm-hmm. I really do like that venue, the Gas Monkey Bar.
It is the perfect
It's
venue.
awesome.
The
It's
outside
really
one
nice.
is
It's so nice.
The inside one's amazing. It sounds great. It's loud, but it's.
But I actually prefer the Bar and Grill, the outside venue,
The
because
close and
it's
intimacy.
big, but you're still close.
Yeah.
You know, it's got like the professional stage with the lights and everything like that. It's like, but it's a little more laid back.
Yeah. The lights are a lot cooler than I like it.
It's outside.
Yeah.
Next to the pond.
And
It's
then
just
it hits-
the greatest
It
atmosphere.
hits
Yeah.
the sun hits it right. It's just put in the right spot to where like the sun will get right
They
here.
thought about that
It
shit.
hits the fucking right behind it, man, and shit. It's good.
So yeah, I'm a big fan of that place.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of like really cool shows
Aeon
there.
played there. Did
Yeah.
you see that? That was a badass show.
They got it going on, man.
Love that
That is
freaking-
like the best venue in this area, I think, for
Yeah.
sure.
What's his name? Richard Rawlings. He's making
Richard
a lot of
Rawlings.
money off that one.
Yeah, good for him.
Yeah.
I was actually in. Now I'm not even gonna say that. Never mind. And trying to put nobody's business out there.
Yeah.
That,
Yeah,
well,
that show
it's
you
definitely
did.
an awesome venue.
No,
And like I said,
love
they got
the food.
cheap beer.
Yeah.
Like surprisingly, and it's just like way cheaper at Bar and Grill than it is at Live.
Yeah.
Because like, I think it was like $8 when I was trying to get a beer over there, and it was only $6.50 for 16 ounce over at
I'd
Bar
pay
and Grill.
$20.
And you get free. They got free water, dude.
They got free water.
Yeah, dude. Like, which is like surprising, and it's like who gets excited over that? But you're in the pit for a while, man.
Yeah,
You get
dude.
some
Yeah,
water,
yeah.
and you don't have to stand in line, dude.
Yeah.
It's very streamlined.
Yeah, dude.
Sounds always on point, and it's just
Yeah, they got some good ass freaking.
the acoustics of
sound
being
guys.
outside is always fun. So
What about you, Sam? What are some of your favorite bands?
Oh hell!
Like national level bands.
National levels, freaking goddamn, same as them. Archspire right off the bat. Damn, Revocation is my deal right now.
Revocation?
Revocation has been getting me going, like freaking with that the Grip Titan song.
Uh-huh.
What is
You
it?
keep texting me about Nevermore.
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 They're dead though. Like the
I know, it
singer died.
sucks.
That,
But yes, I do love
they
Nevermore.
have like
Nevermore's-
really cool fucking instruments, but I just cannot get.
the singer is
I
Isn't that
did
Jeff
like the
Loomis in
singer.
that band?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you're trying to
Now
send me
he's
tracks, and
March
I
Enemy,
can't play that, dude.
dude.
Our
I
boy
love
Jeff,
it.
dude, the baby face guy.
Right?
It's like,
Yeah.
not to say Kill Switch Engage isn't good, but like they're like the master version of Kill Switch Engage. Their guitarists are incredible, and their drummer like blows my freaking mind, and then the singer's like a superhero in your freaking head. Like he's just like telling you stuff, and like trying to save the world with his lyrics or some kind of stupid crap. It's freaking, it's good
definitely
ass
fun
band.
music to listen to.
Oh,
I'll tell
yeah.
you that.
It's like just like Super Dio or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't
It's
know.
just
Super Dio.
It took. I agree. It took me a while. Like at first, like I didn't get the vocalist, but then he became like one of my favorite vocalists.
Right.
And that tends to happen to me. It's like if it takes me like a minute to get into something, like I'll come around and I'll have like an aha moment, and I'm like, oh shit, I get it.
Oh yeah.
You know.
We know what they're going
Yeah.
for now.
But I like them because they're different. Like they've got like the clean sounding vocals, but they're
Yeah.
not a power metal band.
Yeah.
They're very heavy and very thrashy, but they're not a thrash or a death metal band.
Exactly.
And it's like they're this weird kind of like in between thing that no one else sounds like them.
They say that shit.
And I love that.
Too, yeah.
It's so unique to find a band that doesn't sound like other bands.
All right. Wouldn't you like to ask Jeff Loomis to describe what his
know.
his band genre
Yeah.
is? I wonder what he would say.
I know.
Shit.
I think it was their guitarist, and they did something like a collaboration. It was like a Roadrunner Records like collaboration, and King Diamond was on it.
Uh-huh.
He did a track with I think that guitarist, and it was called Through the Fire or something.
Yeah.
That through the fire, on blackened wings I fly. And it's intense. The solo on that one is it goes.
Well, you know,
hard,
Loomis
yeah.
plays with Arch Enemy now.
Oh really? Yeah.
It's underutilized in that.
I
thing.
saw Arch
Yeah.
Enemy. They had technical difficulties. The only time I went to see Arch Enemy, he was trying to shred a badass solo, and I was like, "This is badass, but when are you gonna start the song, dude?" They couldn't get shit, and they had to cancel early. That sucked, dude. I went to see. My wife really likes the singer.
Was that with the new singer or the old singer?
Alyssa White Goats or the.
I don't remember.
She's been in the band for like 5, 6.
I think it was the old singer.
5-6 years now.
Yeah, I think it was the old singer. Because I remember Aaron was like, "We gotta go see her."
Was she in the Agonist or the Arsonist or something? I think it was the Agonist.
She was in the Agonist.
Yeah.
There's beef going on
they
like just a
swap
few months
bands.
ago too. I was reading about someone's the new singer of Arch is talking shit about the new singer of Arsonist, and she's claiming that she didn't say that and was trying to stop them from getting releasing something.
Like women, dude.
It's cat fight, dude.
Catfight.
I gotta put that in the scene, man.
Just ridiculous.
Right.
Yeah, really. Drama as
Good
usual.
looking
That's the
women,
thing. That's
Oh,
the
yeah.
thing that kills the
Oh.
scene, man.
Yeah.
From any angle, man.
She's crazy looking.
But yeah, there's one band that I don't know if, I guess they're local, but they're like kind of like, I wrestled a bear once, I mentioned them earlier, called Poolside at the Flamingo.
Poolside with a flamingo?
At the Flamingo.
At the flamingo, okay.
Oh, like Vegas.
They're pretty good. They're getting pretty damn heavy and technical, like fast, like out of control technical, like Siapus. You ever heard of Siapus, man? You ever heard of Siapus? Oh, they're fucking.
Wait. No, I'm thinking of Psychroptic.
No,
That's different.
Siapus it's this crazy math tech band, I think, is what the genre is called, math death or something.
Mm-hmm.
And there's an album called Odd Senses, and they got this song called Medusa, and it's fucking wacky. It's like, it's heavy but with sharp notes. And you're like, no like chugs, like it's like bass.
Like a Dillinger thing, or
Yeah, kind of like a Dillinger escape kind of thing, escape plan kind of thing.
no.
It's a good freaking band.
Have you heard the band Ultimus? It looks like Voltimus. Like, it's got like a V for the U, but it's Ultimus.
I didn't think about
It's
that.
the old singer from Morbid Angel. It's the drummer from Psychroptic, and it's the guitar player from R Noir.
Oh shit!
Wow.
That does
It's
sound pretty good.
fucking gnarly good.
Yeah.
Like, it blew me away. It's like better than the last few like Morbid Angel albums. And I listened to it. I was like, fuck, that's like fucking good.
Yeah.
Like, but I highly recommend checking it out. It's Ultimus.
Ultimus.
Yeah, but it looks like Voltimus because the U looks like a V.
Looks like a video.
Yeah.
It is true.
I'm
It
gonna
is
check that out.
true.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Leave it to Sid to come up with some band names you ain't never
Yeah,
heard
man.
of.
Like
Yeah.
Operation Cunt Destroyer. That's a band.
Yeah.
That sounds like some porno grind shit.
Oh yes.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
What is it? The
That's just a deep rabbit hole. You can get lost
Waking
in.
the
Yeah.
Cadaver was responsible for my desire for that kind of music.
Yeah.
Waking the Cadaver is chased through the woods by a rapist. I was like, and that's a legendary song because it's the shredded wheat song.
Right.
Like, that freaking, oh man, that brings me back. I just remember I was like I don't know, like 13 or something, and I was on the internet and I was like, what is this, shredded wheat? And I was like, this is a badass song. What the hell is he really saying? And I looked it up and I was like, oh man, this is awesome. There are no identical murderers, or he says, typical murderers. Some plan their crimes meticulously, while others kill on impulse. They're fucking yeah. I was like, fuck. And there he is through the woods. I was like, this is a straight like Deliverance kind of movie where they're chasing people in the woods and they're psycho. I'm like, that's like the essence of metal. Like, you can't go wrong with like death metal. I mean, with that bracket.
Do you have any out there musical preferences, like things that you would listen to that are just like not metal?
You guys go first, because I'll talk all day.
I listen to like a lot of like progressive instrumental stuff, like as well, like Cleaning Sidhuay.
Mm-hmm.
I do just love good guitar work.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as anything like out of like that's not like not necessarily technical, but like any other genre, I really still don't listen to. Like just really good instrumentals, like intervals, stuff. Not so much intervals, but as a good example, Wayne. Just real good fucking guitar work.
Nice.
Other than that, if I need a break,
Yeah.
but that's something I fall back on. And then I mean sometimes I listen to some old like classic rock, but very minuscule amount of time.
What about you? Do you have like a short list of favorite drummers?
Definitely, my favorite drummer probably right now is definitely Spencer Pruitt, the drummer from Archspire. Jason Westmoreland. He's been in every metal band in the scene, dude. He played for the Faceless, Equipoise. He's just really, really, really good at everything he does.
Right.
And then probably, I always have to say Nico because I just love Nico. And then
Nico Bellic?
Rev, bless him. He's the one who really got me into drums.
Mm-hmm.
And then Leche from Los Bonos Black. Those are definitely all my favorites.
Right on. How about you for music that's not metal? Any out there stuff?
I listen. So I mean, I feel like Close Mind a piece of shit. I mean,
don't worry, we'll change that.
I do listen to other stuff. I'm a big Radiohead fan.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
And I love Boston.
Yeah.
It's more than a feeling, fool.
There you go.
I don't know
You
this
listen
guy
to
at all.
Carl about
Right.
this. Boston's more.
Like who's the stranger?
I have
You're
some,
my brother?
I have some guilty pleasures. Big fan of Lady Gaga.
Yeah, there you go.
Buckethead would be his,
Right. His favorite guitar
There you
player.
go. Yeah.
you know, he's not really. I mean, he's got some heavier stuff, but he's not metal
Yeah.
by any means. But really, I'm just. I love anything that's got good guitar playing on it.
Mm-hmm. What do you think of John 5 as a guitar player?
He's amazing.
Yeah. Have you ever seen him do his solo work live?
I have.
Yeah, I haven't, but I've heard it's incredible. So.
John 5 is like a lot of people know he's a good guitar player, but I think he's underrated for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I love John 5. And Paul Gilbert's one of my favorite guitar players as well.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as swaying outside of metal, I mean, because I listen to every genre inside of metal scheme. Even, I mean, the stuff that's like, I mean, screamo, hardcore, everything. He just listens to tech and slam pretty much.
Yeah.
I listen to it all, but outside of that, there's some real catchy pop stuff that I listen to, but you won't catch me like playing an album of it.
Right, right.
Songs here. But yeah, no, I'm pretty much a metal dude.
Right. I feel that. How about you? I know you're all over the fucking place.
I'm gonna say just one band that I'm listening to.
Okay.
I'm gonna talk your head off about it. But Timber is the name.
Timber.
They're from Canada. They're freak folk, and it's a cool ass band. I dig it. And it's like because I live out in the country. I've been trying to find like country music that isn't like, oh, I'm a truck and conventional. I want to find something that's like dark, kind of crazy.
Right.
I think, what is it called? Southern goth. This band is a genre of band. And
although wouldn't it be Northern goth since they're in Canada?
Yeah, really. Now that you say it,
You just put your mullet up in a ponytail too.
I get nervous. I play with my fur on my face, my hair. Judge me.
Right.
Yeah, you've got an eclectic musical taste.
Dude, because I'm one of these people that like when I want to try everything. And plus, I'm
So like crazy folk country rap.
rap. Yeah, I get into freaking rap. Yeah, I'm just getting into it either.
What
day.
else?
Psychedelic, electronic.
I got into freaking like dubstep because of Kevin at the first.
I'm not that person anymore.
You're not. Yeah, that was a long time ago.
He's like, we don't talk about him.
Yeah.
Like,
It turned into techno now. I listen to like house techno music, like real dark ambient. There's this guy I like called Filmmaker, and it's just like this really like ambient, dark ass like house music, like and it's like yeah.
It's that acid house.
Acid
There
house
you go.
music, I guess. Yeah. Get into that. I really like what is it? Flamenco guitar. The Spanish style of guitar where they're like freaking
the flamenco. Yeah.
flamenco.
Yeah.
I love that. There's this one piece that I really like, and I don't remember what it's called. I think it's a Christmas piece, and it's like. I don't even know the name of that song, but I know the tune.
Oh, those guys shred. Like,
Yeah,
it's
man.
impressive as fuck.
I'm like, what the fuck? Settle down.
Yeah.
Well, and bebop. I like bebop a lot. Dizzy Gillespie with his fucking big ass fucking cheeks. Did you see this?
Yeah.
Freaking
No.
salt peanuts, salt peanuts, salt peanuts, salt peanuts. Did you ever see freaking Cable Guy?
I thought you said you were just gonna say one.
Oh
Right.
man, he got me started.
That is one for him.
That's enough for me, bro.
I'm just kidding, dude.
I'm out, bro. I
I'm
can't.
just kidding.
Don't give me the mic.
Did you say Cable Guy, the Jim Carrey movie?
You remember where the guy gets his ass kicked in the bathroom? Old Owen Wilson gets his freaking like Jim Carrey gets his ass kicked.
That's been so
That's
long.
Dizzy Gillespie playing in the background. He says, "Salt peanuts, salt peanuts."
Right.
That's Dizzy Gillespie.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're gonna end up, and we're gonna play the other track that you sent.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about that, because that's just kind of like is it an intro track, or is it just like a snippet of a larger track, or what is it?
It's a snippet of the intro and one of the verses. And,
Okay.
and there's a chorus in there too.
Okay. So it's just kind of like a teaser of the longer song that's coming, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, and what's this one called?
Fall of Rome.
Fall of Rome. Nice. I like it.
Oh yeah.
So that, and then the first one was it O Morning Star?
Yeah,
or-
Old Morning Star with an O, not OH.
Yeah, yeah.
Apostrophe.
Exactly. So this is Fall of Rome. Guys, I can't thank you enough for coming out.
Thank you.
It's been great. Like 2 hours have flown by.
Oh,
Didn't seem like it, did it?
I don't think we're being recorded anymore.
Yeah.
I know,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, it's just chill, laid back.
Yeah,
Great hosts.
But definitely appreciate you guys coming out. Really enjoyed what I heard so far, and I can't wait to hear more. I can't wait to see you guys out there playing live, and I look forward to seeing it. So
thanks for having us out.
thank you so much. And are you guys like on social media or anything? Is there anywhere that people can check you out?
So far, Facebook and Instagram is where we are present.
Okay.
Facebook is
And then just look up the name of the band, and then you're good.
yeah, very good.
Okay,
We're
well,
looking for a bassist.
I'll include the links like with the episodes so that people
Yeah.
can follow them and stuff like that. But
Cool.
When you get on Bandcamp, you know, once we put songs, like get more
Get
than
there.
3. You
there
know?
you go.
I was just sitting there thinking about that. Not Reverb Nation.
All right,
I don't know.
anything, everything.
Yeah,
Right,
everything.
all of them.
All the
I kinda
above.
think about
It's
that.
the only really
SoundCloud.
good thing they got about streaming now is it can touch lots of people.
Yeah.
We touched them.
Right. And we'll end with that. So, thank you guys so much. This is the Warlord Radio podcast, working together with Harry Rock Radio.
Bye-bye.